Well, good afternoon. This is Rick Mendenhall from TNK Tackle, and I had promised you a little while back to make a video to show you how to make a snubber that you can use for your kokanee or trout fishing on your lead core lines and or regular poles with a little stiff. So I'm starting out with a #1 barrel swivel here, and also I've got a coastal lock barrel swivel here. So these are the two #1 sizes. They're really big that we're going to use to make this thing work out for us here. All right, so the snubber. So I got these two pieces here. I got some 1/8 inch black bungee cord. You know, the stuff you'd use for a backpack or something like that. 1/8 inch I like to use. You can use heavier if you like, or you can use something a little thinner, whatever works for you. Whichever you got around the house. I had a guy call me yesterday. He said, I made one of those like it talked about, and I used something off one of my decoy weights or something. So, hey, just be inventive and make it work for you. I'm going to cut off probably, I don't know, about 6 or 7 inches of this here. And lay that down. Also, I'm going to use this knot tying tool. I bought this really big magnum knot tying tool. You can use a 100+ pound mono or something on it. I have a little one that I use all the time to tie line-to-line connections. I did in my other video. I showed you that. So I just bought a really big one to make it work easier for me. So I'm going to take this out of here. And this thing's about 12 to 15 bucks. You can buy it online when you can find it. Make sure it's the big one, the magnum. It's got to be magnum, or it ain't going to quite work the way we want it to. I used a small one for years, and it was really hard to get this to work out that way I needed to. So it's a big, big tool. Yeah, okay, got a big ring here in case you want to hang it around your neck or something. I don't know. Or put your finger through it like this. So the objective here is we're going to take the bungee cord material here, and I'm going to feed it through the eye of the swivel like this. Okay, so you can see that. And then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to pull it back around itself like this. And I'm going to slide it into this tool. There's a slot on this tool. See this tool is a slot? It's made for tying snell knots and line-to-line connection stuff. So I'll put it into the slot like this. Like so. And you can see it there. Now I'm going to pretend like I'm tying my nail knot or a half nail knot like I would for lead core line or on a fly line or something similar to that. So it hangs off the end there like that. I'm going to put that on for a second, refix that. I'm using 20-pound test line, not to be anything fancy, strong enough to tie this knot and to get the strength and the pull against the bungee to hold it really tight. So I'm going to pull off some of this like so. And I'm going to cut off some of this just to make sure I have plenty. Alright, so back to where I was at here. I'm going to take this and put it here, go back in here and refix this the way it should be. Let me go ahead and refix this on the tool again. Stand it up here, get the swivel where I want it. And sometimes this fumbles around a lot because it's kind of a weird thing in my hands. But so I'm going to take some of this line here. I'm going to hold it a big bunch of it behind my hand here, about half of it up here on the tool. So I put my finger on it up here and hold on to it. And my back of my hand, I'm going to take this, and here's the slot we're talking about. Get in there. I'm going to take the, oh, come on now. Be nice to me. Don't be jumping out of the hole yet. You're not tied on yet. I'm going to slide this into the slot here. I'm going to wrap around about 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and see if I can push that together a little bit. Alright, so I got about 6 twists in there. Now I've got to pull my hand away a little bit here, and I've got to slide this tag end through the side of the tool right here, and pull it up the other end. Let's see if I can get that in there without much struggle. Oh, there it is. It came right out. Alright, so now I've got my tool here. I'm cinching it down. I'm going to wet this thing. I'm going to pop this knot right onto the bungee and see if it works. Oh, there we go. Nice tight fit. Alright, so there we go. Pull tight on it like this. And you can actually, on my other ones what I did is I took some really nice shrink wrap and put it around here. Shrink wrap is nice. You can shrink wrap around all this stuff right here and make sure it just looks really good and it's nice and tight. Well held together. Alright. Let's pull it back away from it, get it tight. Alright. All right, so there's our first one there, all tied off and ready to go. All right, so I can clip off these extra ends here right now. This one a little bit longer maybe. We cut it off here. Stays there. That's why I like the shrink wrap, because the shrink wrap will pull this all really super tight together and keep it where it needs to be right there. All right, so I do the same thing on the other end. All right, so I'm going to start with, let me cut some more line to make sure I have enough. Line's cheap, so use plenty of line. This time I wouldn't lay it in here first. This time lay the line in here. I'm going to take this, take my swivel again. I got to push the bungee drill through the swivel, and we can make that long if we want, like that. And I'm going to put it back up here with the line on the tool again. It's hanging off the end of the tool one more time like that. Oh, come here, buddy. All right. And so the line's already there again. I'm going to wrap it around here. Let's see if I can get that in there. Maybe 7 times, maybe this time 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out of the way. 6. Oop, run out of line. 7. That was a little bit tighter. Now I need to take the tool. I need to shove this line all the way through all those wraps underneath. Come on, get in there. It's kind of the hard part. It's all spring loaded and everything. And it's a little bit tight, so. Alright, so I'm trying to push the line underneath all those wraps. And it's pretty tight, so loosen up my grip on it a little more if I can. I think it came up, and there it is. See, that came right out the other end like it needs to be. Let's pull that out of the way there. Now it's here. I'm going to just wet it a little bit, like so. I'm going to pop this off, you see it? Onto there. There we go. There's the other end right there. Tighten up really nicely. And there's your knot on that end. Keep it nice and tight. You can trim up the tag ends. If you really want to, you can go get your shrink wrap. You can slide over all this and shrink wrap this, so it looks really pretty. But it works both ways there. So I'll cut off the ends here. Like so. Like so. A little bit of extra of this. I'm going to cut it off. I don't need it there. There's that. There we go on that end. This one's got a little bit of extra on this end, but that's okay too. As long as we get caught up in our line, we get things out. Alright, so there you go. There it is. Alright, once again, I use a snubber. You really need to use limber rods when you're fishing kokanee. If you can't really do that with leadcore, because you'll have problems with breaking the tip off. So I use a snubber. You can buy commercial snubbers, a couple of bucks a piece. You can make one like this probably for under 50 cents. You need the bungee stretchiness of this to keep the impact of the fish from pulling on it and actually ripping their face off or pulling the hooks out and that kind of stuff. So it should increase your overall catch with light mouth or fish like kokanee or even trout. You know, they're going to fight this instead of truly fight that stiff rod. I'd rather have them fighting this and stay on than pulling on that really stiff rod and really stiff line and just ripping out. So I'll catch bass with these and crappie and everything when we're trolling. We use snubbers on our leadcore lines. So once again, if you have a chance, subscribe to our channel, the TNK Tackle YouTube channel, and come visit our webpage at TNK Tackle and check out all the great things we have there you can look at for kokanee and trout fishing. We're a custom tackle company, and we enjoyed doing a video hopefully to help you learn a little bit today. And please subscribe and leave us some comments about this. All right. Well, you have a good day. Until next time, we'll see you on the water. There's your snubber. Woo! Bouncy. Wow.